Dr. Great Art's short podcast of fun art info.
Hi, this is Mark Staff Brandl with the 82nd Dr. Great Art Brief Podcast, this time again also as a webcomic and a video. This episode is titled Graphic Flash Memoir Vignette 3, Old Age Diabetes. This is the audio and video version of the third of a series of autobio vignette webcomics, a flash lit type piece as sequential art and a podcast and a video. You can see the original comic on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, Spoutable, or at the new blog site I made for them, brandlflashmemoirvignettes.blogspot.com. Here is the third one. Mark Staff Brandl, Dr. Great Art's Graphic Flash Memoir Vignettes, Number 3, Old Age Diabetes. On the 2nd of October 2019, almost by accident, when having tests for something else, wherein I tested across the board physically great, the doctors discovered I had so-called Altersdiabetes, old age diabetes. Purely inherited, late onset, not diabetes 2 from eating anything bad or so, just a gift from my ancestors. We hardly know much about the health of our ancestors, as our grandparents were immigrants, Germans from originally Bohemia, now the Czech Republic, and the Volga in Russia. But they were rather poor for a long time. My dad told me he hardly ever got enough to eat till he was 18 and joined the Navy in World War II. So they did not get to go to the doctors much. As I found out from younger cousins, we have a great inheritance. In my family, men often inherit heart disease, alcoholism, and old age diabetes. What would have been a problem with money instead? Anyway, I had absolutely no symptoms, probably due to walking dogs and hiking a lot, thanks to my wife Cornelia, and also having become vegetarian several years before, and having quit alcohol decades before. With this diabetes, the pancreas works fine, unlike the much deadlier forms. However, my cells are like little old men who take too long to accept the insulin. So, thus more precisely, my disease should be called insulin resistance. You have to have blood glucose levels between 5 to 8 millimoles per liter. I had 26. Deadly dangerous, but again, no symptoms. They kept me in the hospital, and I had insulin injections before meals and at night for a couple weeks to bring that down. But then I was able in record time of a couple weeks to stop shooting insulin, which I was uncomfortable with. By controlled nutrition, way low carbohydrates, hardly any sugar, tons of fresh vegetables. My wife Cornelia worked hard with me on this and still does, turned the whole thing into something positive with great nutrition. I still use lancets and a device to check my blood sugar daily. You learn a lot, such as that white rice is more glucose inducing than sugar for me. I also got the plant-based cookbook titled The How Not to Die Cookbook by Michael Greger, MD, from my lifelong friend, Dr. Daniel Brown. It helped with ideas. I did, and still do, a whole series of sketchbook drawings in relation to this situation. The devices, the healthy food I eat, and so on. Much of the food was from Cornelia's permaculture garden by our house. Some of the drawings in the webcomic are from my sketchbook drawings, and they include Kreutzstiel, which is Swiss German for mangold or Swiss chard, quince, string beans, rotkohl, that's red cabbage, garlic, the needles, lancets, and test strips, blood drops on my hand, potatoes, dinner such as carrot strips, as Alsace spaghetti, blood testing kit and strips, lots of salad, plant-based cheese, metformin pills, and more. Now the political pamphlet mini-segment. Thank God I am mostly in Switzerland, with my health insurance and health care based there. This would have ruined me financially in shitty health insurance land USA, Trumpistan. That was Dr. Great Art episode 82. This episode is titled Graphic Flash Memoir Vignette 3, Old Age Diabetes. Thanks for listening and/or viewing. If you wish to hear more cool, exciting, and hopefully inspiring stuff about art history, art, visual metaphor, and politics and art, come back for more. Also, I, Dr. Mark Staff Brandl, artist and art historian, am available for live custom performance lectures in English und auf Deutsch within painting installations. You can find or contact me at www.drgreatart.ch
or www.markstaffbrandl.com.
or find me on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, Spoutable. Thank you.